Greetings! It is I, Tantus Naravan Dracovin, Lord and Emperor of the Dracovin Empire, and welcome! It is time to continue our discussion on Pathfinder. Today I'm going to get back into talking about the combat maneuvers. I'm talking about grappling. So let's just dive into the basics of grappling. When you're grappling something, you're grabbing a hold of them and keeping them under your control, effectively, is what you're doing. Now, it is a standard action that initiates a grapple. Normally, when you do it, it provokes an attack of opportunity. Now, there are feats and abilities which may remove this, just the same way there are actually some abilities that usually monsters have that they can initiate a grapple as part of an attack. Normally, players aren't going to be doing that. Now, if you're a humanoid creature, you need 2 hands free to grapple. You can do it if you only have 1 hand free, but doing that, you get a -4 penalty to your attempts to grapple. Now, once I start grappling, both me and the person I'm grappling get the grappled condition. We both get this condition that's in the back of the book. Once the grapple begins, I move the target adjacent to me, so I basically pull them close. So if I grapple them from afar, I get them closer. On the other hand, if they're already adjacent, they're already there. Now, I, as the initiator, can end the grapple at any time, but we both lose the grappled condition. Now, each round, I have to use a standard action and make another grapple check in order to maintain the grapple, or my hold, effectively, of the person I'm holding onto. For every subsequent round I've kept hold of them, I get +5 to my check. So, effectively, I've held them on for a round, I get that +5, and I can maintain that bonus because I'm holding on to them. Now, as part of that standard action to maintain the grapple, you can do a couple of different things as the grappler. You can move both you and the person you're grappling. You can move up to half your speed as part of it. Now, if you should be moving them into a hazardous area, they get a free check in order to avoid this. They get a free grapple attempt at a bonus in order to escape, because you're trying to put them, let's say, in like fire, because once you've moved, you can put them into any square adjacent to you. Now, another thing you can do is an attack. If you have an unarmed attack, a natural attack, if you have armor spites, or if you have a light or one-handed weapon, as part of this, you can hit the target with that weapon. You could attempt to pin the target. You would give the person the pin condition if you would succeed on this secondary grapple check. You still would have the grapple condition, but you would also lose your dex bonus to AC. And the last thing you can do is you can tie someone up. Now, you tie someone up, that's pinned. You effectively put them in bindings to keep them at bay. It makes it that you don't have to make a check each turn. They'd be checking against the bindings, which is around them. The DC for the bindings you're putting on them is 20 plus your CMB. Now, you can tie someone up even if you're not pinning them, but you get an additional -10 to your attempt to do this in the first place, though the DC for them escaping would stay the same if you do manage to bind them. Now, if the DC to escape is higher than 20 plus the target's CMB, then they can never escape. Even if they roll a 20, it doesn't mean they automatically escape. It means their bindings are so difficult they just can't get out. Now, if you're the person that is grappled, you have a couple of options. First, you can attempt to break free. You can either make a CMB check where the opponent's CMD is your target number, or you can make an escape artist check with the same DC. If you succeed, you effectively can end the grapple. Another option is, if you're making the CMB check, is if you succeed, you can take over the grapple. So you can become the grappler, and the person that was originally grappling you is now the grapplee. Now, if you're grappled, you have one other option. You can attack with effectively what would be a light or one-handed weapon against anything that's within your reach. That includes not only the grappler, but if another creature is within your reach, you can attack them with whatever weapon you would have in hand. That's an option. Now, you can be pinned, you get far less options. The pinned condition lists any options that you would have in the book, telling you what you could do when you're pinned. It's much more limited. It's effectively just escaping when you're pinned. Now, multiple creatures can grapple the same creature. Effectively, what it would be is one creature would be the grappler and start the grapple, and everyone else would use the aid another action to give bonuses to that person for grabbing the other one. In the same light, you can also get help to escape. If I'm attempting an escape attempt, I can have people aiding another to help me get out, to break free of a grapple. So that's it for today. I just wanted to dive into grappling. It's one of the more common combat maneuvers that you're going to encounter, and probably the most common one. A lot of monsters use grappling, so it is something that's going to come up and you're going to have to deal with. So I just wanted an episode on its own. Next time I'm going to try to get through the rest of the combat maneuvers. Hopefully we can get through them. If you have any questions, comments, anything you say, anything you think I left out, please leave in the comments below. Please like this video. It shows your support for the channel, for the Empire, for the work I do. Please subscribe if you already haven't. We're always looking for more members, more citizens, and please share this video. If you know anybody who would learn anything from it, or would just enjoy it, please share it with them. And until the next time, I bid you farewell.